I've been a solicitor for more than 20 years. My experience is that nearly everybody hates being in a conflict, being in a dispute, and they'll do anything that they can to avoid it. One of the things that they most frequently do to avoid dealing with a dispute is pretend that there's no problem. But this state of denial is absolutely insidious and has to be avoided. And the problem with denial is that it really creeps up on us. It has three elements. See if you recognise any of these. Let's take the classic form of behaviour of somebody who shouts and is abusive in a boardroom meeting. Doesn't have to be that, but let's just take that because that's the most obvious example. The first stage of denial is that we pretend that the bad behaviour isn't happening. I've done it myself. I've been in meetings. Somebody's been shouting and swearing and abusing me all through the meeting. At the end of the meeting, I just pretend nothing's happened and we sit down and we calmly arrange the date and time for the next meeting. So the first stage of denial is pretend that there's no problem. Second stage of denial is to make excuses for it. We say, well, so-and-so's under a lot of stress, or that's just how so-and-so expresses themselves, and we're all grown-ups and it's not necessarily a bad thing. So shouting and bullying, coercive behaviour, you pretended it hasn't happened, then you're into stage 2 saying, oh, well, it's not that bad really, you're making excuses for the person. Here's the third stage. The third stage is you decide that it's a good thing. Well, when so-and-so speaks his mind, that means we really get through the agenda and it's a real clear way of expressing yourself so we know what he thinks. And before you know it, you're being shouted at, intimidated, and you've told yourself it's a good thing. Well, here's the thing, it's not. Anybody who's bullying you or intimidating you or doing the opposite, not saying very much at all, but just helping themselves to your cash, that's not a good thing. None of it's a good thing. Stop being in denial. You have to deal with it. So congratulations, you've now recognised you have a problem and you're going to deal with it. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to start beating yourself up. I'm such an idiot. This could only happen to me. Why have I done this? That's not helpful at all, and the most important thing to realise is it's really not true. Everybody thinks like this and it's never true. The only thing you're guilty of probably is having trusted somebody who was either incompetent or dishonest or both. And trusting somebody isn't a crime, it was a decision you made at the time on the best information that you had. Stop beating yourself up. So, if you think you've got a problem, if you're over denial, if you want to do something about it and you've stopped beating yourself up, or even if you haven't, then come and speak to me. The website address should be on the screen now, and we'd be happy to speak to you. If you go onto the website, there's a link to pick a spot in my calendar. I would love to speak to you.